What's up, guys? I wanted to come on here, approaching the end of the month slash the year. My thoughts and recap on the gold market the month of December. Excuse my voice, guys. I'm violently ill as we speak. Hella congested, but I still wanted to hop on here and get this video out for you guys. December 1st, we saw a bearish consolidating market with the price ranging from 42.60s at its highest all the way back down to 41.70s range, which was much needed since we left off November very bullish. And I'll be using the daily time frame here, guys, so y'all can kind of follow along and see what I'm talking about. But we see price tapped at its highest, the 42.60s range, and went back down to the 41.70s range. It's still looking very bearish on the market slash consolidating. It was red candle after red candle that whole first week of December. In a more geopolitical POV, we were getting ready for FOMC week. Although we were all expecting rate cuts, the market still had to correct itself before any more bullish action, which we all know, guys, every market needs a correction. So this was much needed, of course. We also started eyeing out more of the oil market since the Venezuela attention was rising, which, if you were to ask me, furthered our bullish setups for the coming weeks. We also had ISMA prices. PMI came back slightly lower, which usually if the numbers came back slightly dramatically, we would eyeball the market for how the market would react to those numbers. But since it wasn't too crazy, we could confidently just put that to the side. On the 4th, we had unemployment claims. We came back less than forecasted, which added to the sideways movement for gold. The following day, we had PCE index month to month, prelim consumer sentiment, and inflation expectations, which all came back in favor of the dollar. Basically, this all first couple of days of December, the first week basically, was a correction. And we know that if we look at the DXY, this week we're actually bullish. Back to the gold market, it was a correction, a retracement, a consolidation as we see it here. Obviously, following the days, we did see a slight bull rush, a slight bull run. December 9th through the 15th, we started to see a bullish run in the market with price tapping in at 42.20 zone in the 9th and passing that zone on the 10th. Again, I have a little box drone up here, guys. We see it tap that zone, retrace back, but on the following day, we see it pass that zone and having a full candle closure above that zone. Good signs. Relating to the days, we had the jobs news coming back in favor of the dollar, and on the 10th, we had our FOMC statements. We all anticipated rate cuts, more bullish movements for gold. The following day, unemployment claims came back higher than expected. In a geopolitical POV, we saw a crazy increase in the tension between the two countries, US and Venezuela, with Trump ordering a blockade order on the 16th. We'll be talking more about this on our next section, but this whole time frame from the 9th to the 15th was very, very good for the gold market. I did see price kind of just floating between the 43.50 mark and below, just kind of tapping that zone and just retracing back, and I will talk about that. December 16th through the 29th, we saw a big price action day. The 16th, price going up 43.35 at one point of the day, and as low as 42.70, ending the day in a bearish slash consolidating red candle. Also, big news day with the most notable were unemployment rates that came back 0.1 greater, nothing crazy. Again, if this number was significantly greater, then it would have impacted the gold market at some point, but it really wasn't nothing. But what really hit home was the blockade order to all sanctioned oil tankers entering or leaving Venezuela. had a lot of mixed reaction from the market. Obviously, it was kind of tensiony, but still not fully knowing what was going on. So we do see the market consolidating this day. It wasn't nothing crazy, but it was, I guess, foreshadowing what was to come. Obviously, we know how Trump framed it as an aimed as cutting off oil revenue. He claims funds the criminal activity and terrorism, which we all know it's kind of full of crap. Well, arguably, of course, I do believe Trump wants a peace deal with Venezuela for their oil, but we'll see how it unfolds. Of course, there's a lot of speculations on why Trump is enforcing this. Of course, there's other countries in play as well. You guys have any more information on theories or know a better motive he's actually doing this for other than the oil, then please let me know in the comments below. Like, I don't see any other reason why he would want to benefit other than the natural resources. On the 18th, we had a CPI year to year where it all came back lower than forecasted. Up until this point, the gold price was consolidating under the 43.50 price, like I was saying earlier, and how I have it marked up on this line right here, guys. Price for like a week and a half to 2 weeks was just tapping that and retracing back, tapping it and retracing back. It was like it would tap the zone, retrace back, was doing that basically the whole week. Now on Sunday, the 21st, we saw a legit Christmas miracle, something I was literally not expecting in the Asian session gold market, because this thing just took off. Look, I'll take off the daily time frame and kind of just run it through the 15-minute time frame. And it started on Sunday, the 21st, riled up all Asian session, riled up all London session. Of course, some retracements, some consolidations, but it just kept riling up and riling up. Who was expecting that? Who knows? If you were expecting that before that the price actually happened or the move actually happened, you gotta let me know what I don't know, because that completely caught me off guard. Not gonna lie. It could be a ton of reasons why that happened, stacked up on each other. For starters, we anticipated a rate cut earlier next year. That was kind of obvious. That could have helped the price go all the way up like that. Geopolitical conflict that we saw the week before weakening the DXY, as conflict brings uncertainty and uncertainty drives the gold market and silver market up. Maybe that could have been the reason why it was riled up like that. And finally, my personal opinion on why it just took off like that, passing the 43.50 zone that again took damn near 2 weeks for it to pass, is hedge funds and big investors wanting to cash in on profits. After the holidays, I mean, this makes sense. Buy a consolidating area in the market, drive the price up, sell it at a certain high, which in this case was 45.50, and cash in profits. As of today, the 29th, I'm recording this the 29th, but it might not go up until like the 30th or 31st. As I'm recording this, the 29th, gold is steaming off from the bearish run after big investors took profit. We're back at the price we originally were at, 43.50 range. If that was the perfect consolidating range, 43.50, and big investors wanting to rile up the price, that was the range to do it at, right before the holidays, right before New Year's, right after Christmas. Like, that sweet spot, I guess. I mean, who knows, right? We'll just see what 2026 has in store for us. I do have a bit of forecasting for that year. I do expect the price to go back up to 4,500 and slowly climb its way back up to new highs, potentially hitting 5K at some point in 2026, maybe Q1, maybe Q2, judging how we are geopolitically or politically. I do see even higher numbers if things do tension up more in a more war type scenarios, kind of violently. I did want to mention the Trump and Elon type beef that's going on right now. Uh, I still haven't done too much research. I know the bare minimum of that whole beef, but I do believe that the new bill that they want to pass will affect the gold market, or can, and it will affect the gold market because it will affect the DXY market. So I'll keep on researching that. That's a separate video within its own, but this was just a run through, scratching the surface overview of what happened December 20 in the month of December. If I missed anything, guys, or if there's something I need to add on, or something that I overlooked and you thought or think that deserves to be on this video, then please drop it in the comments. Let me know if I missed anything or I just blew past something. If you guys have more information about a topic, please let me know. I want to build a community with like-minded people who have knowledge in commodities, precious metals, or any sorts of that nature, or just likes to research geopolitical news or anything like that. If you're an investor, day trader, swing trader, or anything to do with commodities, guys, want to join a community, this is the place to do it. I don't charge anything. Again, this is just YouTube, but drop comments. I love knowledge. I love learning new things. And again, I want to do this every end of the week instead of every end of the month. I just feel like it'll be more consistent with you guys and just an overall more content. So let me know how y'all like this type of videos, guys, and